That's some doctor. Well, that's what he said. The foot doctor. He's Jewish. Yeah, we can.
We're at the quorum. Let me just get Jackie's attention.
You happen to have a copy of the report that you told me that was on file. I just think I'm in the office.
I think that's a little bit of everything.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Township of Franklin Planning Board meeting at 7 p.m. on August the 19th. If everyone please rise for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Pursuant with the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by the following: posted on the township website, posted on the bulletin board within the municipal building, printed in South Jersey Times and the Sentinel.
Okay, thanks, Chris. You got it?
Mr. Brandt?
Here.
Mr. Clark? Mr. Doyle? Mr. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Milady? Mr. Swade?
I'm here.
Mr. Ranson? Mr. Cahoot? Mayor Bruno?
Here.
Mr. Travaglione?
Here.
Chairman Pesh?
Yeah. Okay. There's no resolutions from the previous meeting. At this time, we'll call the applicant for PB 2503, Anaisa. Well, good evening, sir.
Chris Mullen. My name is Chris Mullen. I'm an attorney with Law at Baum. I represent Anaisa Investments, Inc. My two clients are here tonight. Would you like them to come up?
Yeah, let's call him up. And do you have an engineer as well this evening with you, or
We have Rob Toomer.
or anybody else to testify?
Yeah, Rob, you can come up to us too.
Counsel, why don't you give me the names and spellings of each person who's going to testify? Oh, well, they can.
Yeah, if
All right.
you don't mind, give the
All right.
spellings of
All right. So why don't, I'll do it each individually. Sir, would you state your full name, please, and spell it? Up at the microphone, please. Thank you.
My first name is Nitin, N-I-T-I-N. Last name is Sondurkar, S-O-N-D-U-R-K-A-R. I'm one of the 5 owners of the parcel of land that we're talking about.
Okay, sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you will be given tonight, it will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That's good. Yeah, I
Okay, thank you. And we'll take you one at a time. Thank you. Sir, your full name?
Hello, my name is Gandadhar Ramu Madakanapalli.
I'm going to.
You wanna- Okay, be patient, Margaret.
Just going to ask you to email it all tomorrow.
I can do that as well.
And I'll spell it for you. It's Gangadhar.
Yeah, that's my
That's your first name, and your last name is Ramu.
No, that's my middle name.
Oh, and your last name is?
It's a brilliant name.
I'll
Madakanapalli.
Madathannapalli.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to attempt to say it. Sir, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give before this board tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Robert Toomer. I'm a project manager. I'm here on behalf of John Trainer. He is the professional land surveyor and professional engineer. And so, yeah, I'm here to answer any questions regarding the project.
Okay, so raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you will give tonight before this body will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Okay, Ms. Mullen, you can proceed in whatever order you would like.
All right, no problem. I guess we can just start, I guess, with the engineer letter. Fine to run through that, or would you like me to just present on the background of the project?
If you can present and then bring your one of your witnesses up to testify regarding that presentation.
Okay, no problem. So the subject property we're talking about tonight, block 3908, lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 32, and 33. These are located in the Village District Zone and my client, the applicant tonight, is seeking approval for a redivision, converting the existing 7 lots and consolidating them into 4 lots. We're also seeking a C variance for one of the proposed lots depicted as Lot 1 on the plans. That requires a bulk variance for minimum lot area. 30,000 square feet is required. We're proposing 17,196. As addressed in the plan, but also just some background here related to the negative and positive criteria. So my client's purpose in front of the board tonight obviously is to take a pre-existing poor situation where there's 7 non-conforming lots, consolidating them into 4 lots, only one of which is non-conforming, related to the minimum lot area. As depicted on the plans, you can kind of see that I believe it consolidates lots 4 and 5 as it currently exists. And all of which are lacking in size, frontage, etc. So really, we're only seeking that one variance related to the lot area. So our position is that we're bringing it a lot closer into perfect compliance with the applicable ordinances. As the positive criteria goes, our clients are proposing, obviously not in connection with this application, but our long-term goal for the project is to develop it into 4 single-family residences. So it'll be used residential use, keep the neighborhood feel, grow the neighborhood community, and add to the surrounding areas in that way. So that's a little bit of background for the project, as well as our negative and positive criteria there for the bulk variance. If there's no questions at this time, we can kind of just jump into the review letter.
Just so that I can have some testimony under
Yeah.
oath, will one of your clients just come up? Sir, you're under oath. I just want to have you testify that the presentation that you heard your attorney give, is that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, thank you. We have sworn testimony. Criteria, or do you want to move on to the engineering?
Let's go with the engineer's report now, please.
So just running through, section 3 is really the first section regarding completeness that we're asked to address. Notice the 2 pieces of information that were not included in the submission, being all existing structures and wooded areas within the parcel, or within 200 feet of said parcel, as well as the location of all streams and brooks on the subdivision plan. As a condition of approval tonight, we're fine to revise the plans accordingly to include those references. Section 4 zoning, that's an accurate depiction of the minimum lot area and the proposed non-conforming lot regarding the minimum lot area is Lot 1. The variance being requested is noted down in 5A. That's the main point of our application here tonight, as well as approval of the redivision. The design waivers, I'll go back to our engineer, Rob, I guess, and talk about this if you'd like. But as far as the site development and major subdivision having sidewalks, I think we can do a little bit more investigating there. I noticed on Paul Street, there's no existing sidewalks where that is. So we're happy, to formally apply for a waiver there or whatever's needed. And similarly with, Delsea Drive, the plans, when this is ultimately brought into development, our client and my clients don't have an issue with, obviously complying. And if it becomes an issue, we'll be happy to formally request a waiver. But at this time, our plan is to comply when we come back with our plans for development. The depth and width ratio as far as that goes regarding the, we will be seeking a waiver there. I'm happy to speak with, you know, council and the engineer to see what's required to formally submit for that waiver. But due to the unique circumstance that this lot, as you can tell on the plans, it's like almost like a trapezoid with a triangle attached. You know, configuring it as Rob did was really the most practical way that we could find to comply with the lot area as well as the required frontage under the ordinances.
I'm sorry, counsel, are you talking about a second waiver, the C waiver? I'm aware of the first waiver. Are you introducing a second waiver at this time?
I'm just addressing the section 5.
I can address that if you don't mind.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the code still has on the books the provision that the ratio of the depth to the width of a lot cannot exceed, what is it, 2 to 3 or 2 to 1, something like that.
Okay,
This is an odd configuration of all of it. Also,
okay.
the master plan we adopted last year specifically recommends to remove that provision, and that ordinance has already been drafted. I don't think it's been formally adopted by the committee yet, but that's in the works. The master plan says we should be getting rid of that provision.
I just called it a second waiver, and I wasn't sure what it was.
In terms of the actual procedures, there is no additional procedure. Just be assuming this board acts favorably on the overall application, that would be incorporated into the resolution of approval. There's no other forms you got to fill out or applications you got to make or anything like that.
Thank you.
Chris, I don't mean to cut you off, but I actually believe that ordinance has been adopted.
It has been adopted?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's not even applicable to this application.
All right, well, sorry for wasting the board's time.
But you still may be in that 30-day window.
Yeah.
So you're not off the hook yet.
All right.
I knew it was introduced.
How'd you like that, counsel? Picked up on that,
At the
didn't
time the
I?
application was filed, it was in place, but
yeah.
that's already been nullified. I don't think it needs any further discussion, though.
All right, that brings us into section 6, the planning comments. You know, as noted, regarding the positive and negative criteria here, you know, the practical hardship is the pre-existing 7 non-conforming lots. And obviously, you know, as I've described and as depicted on the plans, due to the odd-natured shape of the property, the obscure frontage on, you know, both Paul Street and Delsea Drive, you know, our proposed plan in the 4 lots was the best way that we could configure with our engineer to best meet the applicable bulk variances set forth earlier in the engineering letter. Granted, we are a little short on the lot area for proposed lot 1, but again, it's our position that we're taking a bad existing situation and turning it into a much better situation with only having that 1 non-conforming lot. Again, the granting of the applicant's request will serve the public good, as you know, it's our intention to bring more residential homes into the local community, creating better places for people to live and transforming an existing vacant parcel, or 7 vacant parcels, into hopefully 4 habitable individual parcels. I think that brings us down into the, again, residential purpose. Signature line on the subdivision plan, we're happy to revise that. You know, the general comments addressing those, we're also happy to comply with whatever the board may deem necessary. We can add the coordinate values and the deeds if we're approved. We're happy to prepare those as well.
Ed, you have any comments?
Yeah, ultimately, we're seeking that, you know, testimony be provided regarding the easement that is depicted on the plan.
So, you know, we've been coordinating a little bit with Matt Lyons, I'm going to butcher his firm's name, but Gebhardt Keeper. Okay, and I've been going back and forth with him. We're trying to still track down a little bit more information regarding the existing drainage easement that obviously you can see running across the parcels. It's my client's goal, obviously, to dedicate this via easement, you know, to the appropriate governing body, and some conversations right before the meeting, that may be, you know, the Department of Transportation, you know, I think those conversations are still ongoing. I wish I could provide a little bit more clarity there, but we're still kind of in the fact-finding steps for that. Obviously, before any development's done, we would get that issue resolved, and, you know, we're willing to work with whatever governing body is appropriate there. Just unfortunately, we don't have a lot of recorded information as to, you know, when and where it was put in. But, you know, we obviously want to deal with it in the appropriate manner and make sure the appropriate municipal hands have access to it and are able to maintain it.
So a quick question, like, a title report?
So there's a title report with it's not an easement, it was like a deed with a deed restriction from 1960, which I believe was 2 or 3 owners prior to the current owners here. And so I've been, like I said, coordinating with Matt Lyons to try and get in touch with the town engineers, and, you know, maybe we could touch base a little bit later, but we're trying to figure out who is the appropriate person to kind of oversee this, or where it came from in the first place. It's, you know, it's a deed restriction related to the maintenance of a drainage easement, but it's not very clear as to what parties are responsible for what.
Or who owns it?
So there's like every title in that deed.
Yeah, the whole gray area.
Filed easement or anything?
No,
It's
not
50
like
foot
the
wide.
original plan. I'm happy to provide the board of the recorded document, but, you know, it's not clear where or who actually put it in.
Right.
If it existed prior to those owners or not.
But the infrastructure that's there clearly drains from Delsea Drive, essentially.
I believe it drains out onto Delsea Drive. Are you able to talk about that?
Come up to the microphone, please, sir. Thank you. Can you describe what structure is there, too?
I was actually in FEMA, and we located this drainage ditch, and it actually continues up the parcel. There's, it looks like it collects drainage from these homes into this drainage ditch. And, you know, so, like I said, it continues this way. It looks like the drainage flows in this direction toward Delsea Drive.
Contrary to elevation, because I just read the map, and Delsea Drive is about 104, 105, and all the way to the east is about 101.
It could be, because there is a drop structure, piping, and located
There is a concrete metal pipe,
Yeah,
or?
I see the invert.
The plan depicts that there's 2 concrete pipes, and also there's a drainage structure
Okay.
connecting the two.
Are they open, or you don't know?
I believe there are, yes.
Okay.
So just get clarification with your statement about the ditch continues. Forget the street name over here. I think I don't know if it's not Paul. Paul's right here. The street behind it, where
Robert?
the ditch is adjacent to. I did a site visit. I didn't see any ditch on the other side. From my understanding, the ditch is isolated. Is that what your field findings were?
So, yeah, you're correct, the ditch does not
Continue past the road?
that
Okay.
street that
Yep.
you can't remember the name of it.
Paul?
It does end at that street. But, you know, it continues off this map and terminates where the street, I mean, the street is here, the ditch terminates right at that street.
Yeah, based on the elevation, they want to
So ownership of this drainage basin stays with the property, correct?
That's our understanding at this point, yeah.
and it's just a right-of-way by someone or some entity.
Correct, back in, I believe, 1960.
Okay.
But obviously, the material, drainage system for the surrounding community, we want to make sure it's in the right,
Is this something the state DOT could have done?
possibly, but that was our conversation that we had just before the meeting. I think next steps are obviously getting in contact with them and seeing if they have any records.
When we had reached out to the state, they didn't have any record of it. But that being said, that if there's any modification that impacts the stormwater, if the pipe truly does go into the back of the inlet like it's depicted on the plan, they would have jurisdiction over reviewing those calculations.
Understood. Yeah.
Come.
Deal with that as the main council.
So tonight, you're not proposing any construction.
No, we're simply seeking.
However, in the future, whoever purchases it or decides to build would have to address to get the setbacks.
Certainly, and I think we've just kind of begun our preliminary conversations a couple weeks ago regarding, some research regarding this, but yes, it will be addressed.
Should you be successful this evening and this move to resolution, should our resolution include that language?
I think our resolution would include that any further development, any development of it would be subject to DOT approval if required. Because I don't think I think we've established it's not the town's drainage ditch. We don't want to accept responsibility for something that we already don't have responsibility for.
However, this drawing says to be dedicated to Franklin Township.
We can revise that accordingly.
Okay.
I think if I can throw something out, ultimately, if there's some sort of deed, we can eventually hopefully figure out what the deed restriction was. If I have to take a wild guess, this is a drainage for all the houses that front on Paul Street, that it drains back to them, and it's probably something almost like, typically you do subdivisions today, you'd have a separate lot maintained by a homeowners association that has collective ownership of the drainage or an easement on a particular property. That's my guess is what it is. I'm not a surveyor or engineer though, but I think ultimately, unless there's some sort of responsibility that the township accepted 65 years ago, we see no point in the township accepting this now. But I think a condition of approval could be that they would work with us and the board solicitor to, as well as Matt Lyons' office, whoever it needs to be, to figure out what the actual deed restriction on the property is, and adjust the plan accordingly. And if it's private parties need to have ownership of that easement rather than the township, maybe it's that.
So if a motion is made this evening to pass this minor subdivision, that language should be in it.
Yes.
Correct? To protect this town from
Something along those lines, yes.
liability in the future on that drainage easement.
Ownership and acceptance of the easement would be subject to review by all the town professionals.
Yeah, the condition of approval would be the applicant must work with the township and any other related bodies to determine the initial, or it's not an easement, the dedication, the initial dedication, and to determine the appropriate party to maintain that moving forward.
Just out of curiosity, the proposed 30 feet, where's the 30 feet then?
Is that from a tax map, or is it from deed?
So, the 30 feet, there's a pipe.
Down the center, so you're going 15 foot either side. So that's your own language, proposed 30 feet, or did it come from someplace?
It didn't come from anywhere. It's from our experience, what's needed to gain access.
All right, so it came from your office that you're proposing a 30 foot, 15 either side.
Correct.
It's not written in English anywhere, this right of way, the width of the right of way?
Correct.
Interesting. Wow.
I think in both counts, I think we want to remove the 30 feet, so there's no confusion, and remove the dedication to the township, and address in the future applications that the easement needs to be addressed, and whatever width that easement needs to be, because if we leave the 30 feet in there tonight, it's as if we have accepted that at this point, and I don't know, exactly how wide it's needed. That's an engineering question for the future. So I think both the 30 feet should be removed and dedicated to the township gets removed, and in a future application, it would get, the easement would get addressed at that time. And is that fair to everybody?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah. Chris, Ed, you all right?
Just one point of clarification there. I don't think, it's unlikely you'll get another application before this board, so it'd be whoever's buying these properties wanting to build a single-family home. Part of the resolution compliance would be sorting this out and then.
Sorting it out, yeah.
Then
Whether it
whoever
comes
takes
back to a
ownership would
board or whether it's a buildable lot, it needs to get sorted out.
But it is
by the
unlikely that
professional.
anything's gonna come back to this board.
Right.
To
Agreed.
add on to that, that when, if and when they would come in for any building permits or anything, it would be, it'd be a condition for any of that ahead of time. So if it's sold off as 4 individual lots, that'd be something that obviously the township would be aware of already and would be addressed prior to.
Okay. Anybody else have questions on the easement?
Yeah, back to the easement. Should you, again, you be successful and get your approvals this evening, will you file by plat or file by deed? And if you're filing by deed, then we want some language in there in reference to this pipeline.
Typically, minor subdivisions.
But you have the option of filing by plat, correct? So in our resolution, once again, there should be some language that all 4 of these deeds, because all 4 of them touch this pipeline, should all have this, all 4. Just those 2. Yes, it does.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
here.
all right, yep, in the back it does.
Dependent upon working it out, really.
Yeah.
I think approval has to be conditional.
In addition to that point, I think that our office requested that they update the plan anyhow, so they need to resubmit the plan as part of our recommendation.
Okay, agreed. Jimmy, did you have a question down there? I'm sorry.
Not on the easement, but on the investment company, I just got a couple questions. Anaisa Investments, Inc., are you 2 individuals the only officers, or are there other officers as well?
We are the owners of, manager. Yeah. I'm one of the directors.
And is it owned by you 2, or are there other investors?
There are
as well?
3 more investors.
3 more?
Yeah.
And how long have you owned this property?
About 3 years now.
3 years. Okay.
Jimmy, the bottom of page 1 of the application, it's listed here.
Is it listed off?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
right. Thank you, that's all.
Council, the question I have on the proposed Lot 1, the one that needs the variance, was there an attempt to purchase additional property off of Lot 6 to make it a conforming lot, or would that have been impractical?
Can I grab my?
Yep.
Question.
I think, not to answer the question for them, but I'll answer the question for them. Lot 6 in particular looks, I don't even know if you took the entirety of that lot, I don't think you added it to Lot 1, you'd get to 30,000 square feet. And there is already, it's not shown on their plan, but there's already a home in the middle of that lot.
Okay. All right, well, that's why it would be impractical to buy. Just wanted to get on the record that the attempt was made,
So
or the
actually,
reason why the attempt wasn't made.
to build off that question, were there any preliminary investigations done whether the lot is buildable for septic and well?
No, not yet. Again, our goal for tonight was really just obtaining the approval to redivision and then
Yeah,
organize all
the reason I
that.
was asking is if ultimately if you can't build a septic on Lot 1, it'd be,
Okay, any other comments on or questions from the board at this point before I open it to the public?
I'm going to back up on what Ed said. Since Lot 1 is 60% of the proposed minimum size, because it's supposed to be 30,000, and since you asked the questions about septic, can we ask for a septic dilution for that one lot in the event a septic system is ordered for Lot 1?
what do you mean to?
You know how the Pinelands requires, what's the term? Nitrate,
Nitrate dilution, modeling,
dilution.
something along those lines?
something along those lines, because it is a very small parcel.
They're not here on that application, though.
Correct, it's not until a building permit would be
Right.
required.
Right.
But it is
At that point,
Oh.
It's
it could be required, but not
roughly only, it's 40% shy of the land needed, which is a large percentage.
So is your question in regards to,
Well, I'd hate to see somebody buy Lot 1 with the hopes of buying and building, and then they can't because the county says
We're
you're
not
too...
approving it for building, though.
Yeah.
I know we're
I
not.
think to his question is to my question about them even being able to build it on the property. So for example, if they can't even actually construct septic on that, then Lot 1 is unbuildable, which then would they ultimately propose only 3 lots? Is that what your ultimate question is?
If you look at the total square footage of the tract in its entirety, it exceeds what would be required for 4 lots. So
Overall.
yeah, it'd be impractical to have a requirement to do some advanced treatment system on this with some nitrate dilution model when their overall site exceeds what would be permitted.
Right.
So,
All right, well, thank you, Jason.
Well, you're good. This time, entertain a motion to open the hearing to the public.
Motion to open.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. At this time, we're open for public comment or questions. Anyone wish to come forward?
Motion to close, open public portion.
I'll make a motion to close. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Jack, all the notification,
Everything was in order on the notification.
everything is in order, okay. Any other questions, any comments? What's your pleasure?
I make a motion to approve with the conditions outlined previously by Mrs. Sidley.
Okay. I have a motion and second.
Before we get a second, Jack, can you just recite the conditions?
The conditions are, subject to the revised plan. Condition of approval is the applicant must work with the township and any other agencies responsible possibly for the drainage, including the DOT, to determine the right-of-way and the appropriate, if at all, any agency to maintain it, or does the applicant have to maintain it? That's a condition of the approval. In addition, the plan changes that Mr. Travelone, I think it was Mr. Travelone, 30-foot, to remove that, Mr. Pesh.
You remove the verbiage and the township
Remove the
taking
verbiage
ownership.
regarding the township.
And the 30-foot right-of-way width.
Right.
And how about the okay,
Yeah.
that the township assumes ownership?
Right. Just remove
And
it.
then the applicant agreed during their testimony to modify their plans according to all the other comments made by the engineer.
And the variance on the Lot 1 would be part of the approval. We got the request for the variance on Lot 1.
Mm-hmm.
Council, are you okay with all the conditions stated?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, all right. I have a motion and a second. Chris, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Slade?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Travelione?
Yes.
Chairman Pesh?
Yes. All right, congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Chris, do we have any correspondence this evening?
No.
No correspondence? All right. Communications? Nope. The minutes of June 17th, 2025, is there a motion to accept the minutes as submitted electronically?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion, is there a second? I have a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
And I abstain, I was at that meeting. Jackie, do we, the July meeting was canceled. Is there a requirement to accept the minutes, and the minutes being that the meeting was canceled, or we don't need to do anything for the July meeting?
No, there are no minutes from the July meeting.
Right, there is no meeting.
No meeting, no minutes. Right,
So
nothing.
the fact that it was canceled is sufficient?
Correct.
Okay, got it. All right. All right, back to you, Jack. Any need for a closed session?
No need for closed session.
Thank you, Jack. Comments from the board? Anybody have any comments? This time I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Have a motion? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.